So we are delivering our signatures in the same way that the signers of the Declaration of Independence swore their sacred honor and their welfare and signed their names on the bottom of a document that was sent to the King of England, knowing that they could be putting themselves in mortal danger by doing so, declaring their independence. We are declaring our independence from fracking. We're going to deliver our names to the governor on the 27th. So we are going right now to do a kind of verbal pledge that you can indicate by putting your fist in the air, so we have a visual narrative of the pledge to resist. Hang on, you can rehearse it if you want.
You can always put your fist in the air, though.
You can always put your fist in the air. So my friend Reed is going to read the pledge so you can hear it. And this is something we hope that you will carry, not only as a signator yourself, but as an ambassador for the pledge to all your friends and family, because the pledge is a different trigger for action than when you're doing here. You are already have triggered your action, and so have I. But for folks who are not yet engaged, what we need them to do is say that if Governor Cuomo should allow fracking in New York, that they are willing to join with us as their conscience leads in acts of demonstration, which can include civil disobedience. So that is the pledge that we will deliver, and hopefully we can, by delivering the pledge itself, we can change Providence itself, right? Because the idea is that if we can show the governor the depth and breadth of the opposition, that if we can show him that we will lay our bodies down if it need be, he may back off. That's the hope. That's the hope and my belief that that is possible. That the political cost is too high for him to move forward. I don't even care what the governor's decision is. We just don't want him to be able to act on that decision. And I think all together we have an opportunity to do that. The Pledge of Resistance has an interesting history. It's based on one that was used in 1985 during the Central American military atrocities and hostilities. And that pledge in 1985 said that if there was a ground invasion of Nicaragua, everyone who signed the pledge would be willing to show up at the nearest federal building and commit civil disobedience. And so basing our pledge on that one, the pledge to resist fracking in New York says that if the governor should allow fracking to go forward in the state of New York, and of course it's our pledge and we get to decide what allow means, right? We're not talking about waiting until the drill rigs show up on the horizon. Then we pledge together our collective commitment to put our bodies out there, not just our voices, but the bones and the blood plasma and our cerebral spinal fluid and our muscles and everything about our physical selves. We pledge that as well as our voices. So let's together take this pledge. And to do that, I introduce to you my friend Reed.
All right, Reed!
Thanks, Sandra. Hey all, my name is Ruth Young. I'm a coordinator with the Green Umbrella, the Youth Action Network fighting fracking. When we pledge our allegiance to something, we put our hands over our hearts. But today we're pledging our resistance. So I want you to put your fists in the air, and I want you to hold them high. I'm going to mic check this, Occupy style.
All right.
So please, repeat after me. If Governor Cuomo permits high-volume, horizontal hydraulic fracturing,
If Governor Cuomo permits high-volume, horizontal hydraulic fracturing
in any part of New York State, I pledge to join with others to engage in nonviolent acts of protest, including demonstrations and other nonviolent actions, as my conscience leads me. I make this pledge in order to prevent the destruction and poisoning of New York's water, air, and food systems.
in order to prevent the destruction of New York's water, air, and food systems,
on which life, health, and economic prosperity all depend, including that of future generations.
Future generations.
Yes! Are you ready to fight?
Yeah!
Are you ready to resist?
Yeah!
Are you ready to put your bodies on the line?
Yeah!
Let's do this! Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
Our state!
Whose state?
Our state!
Whose water?
Our water!
Whose water?
Our water!
Whose air?
Our air!
Whose air?
Our air!
Whose future?
Our future!
The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated!
The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people
Again, this is our right to do this. This is our duty to do this, and we have the capacity to do this not just here, not just today, but every other site, every other industry site that comes in and threatens our way of life. We'll do it to them too. And our friend Deirdre from Pennsylvania that spoke earlier wants to talk a little bit about what's next for Pennsylvania. So welcome Deirdre back up here.
I want to let you all know what's going on in Pennsylvania because this is so closely tied together. You may have heard of a lot of families that have been speaking out really heavily over the past few years in Pennsylvania. Families from Susquehanna County, for instance. Families from Riverdale Mobile Home Community whose homes were lost or poisoned. You might not hear from them anymore because they signed gag orders, meaning the industry has paid people off. But some people haven't. Some people haven't, and it's amazing. We have friends who have turned down money, thousands of dollars, to save their ability to speak out. And so that's going to happen. The other day, I got 2 emails from people in opposite corners of the state asking me if we could use our direct action skills to help them save their farms and stop a pipeline from being built on their land. We're getting together. Can everybody who's here from Pennsylvania raise your hand? We're here with you guys. You're welcome to come join us. Everyone in Pennsylvania is getting pissed off, and we're going to keep going, so it's really great to see you all here. And I know we like to talk about ignoring state borders, but it's very apparent that, there's very different things going on, but let's just all keep working together because there's an incredible network of direct action resistance being built from West Virginia up to New York right now and beyond, and it's very, very strong. And we're all helping each other resist mountaintop removal, fracking, every other sort of extraction on the East Coast, so let's keep it going together. Yay!
Keep it underground. And again, I want to remind people that what we're doing here today is extremely important. There's been groups and organizations in existence for a decade or over in New York State. They've done trainings, they've been preparing. Today is the first day that people are taking their bodies and bringing them to an industry site to shut it down. The first time ever. You're making history right now. You're making history and you're setting an example and showing people what's possible because we decide what's possible. And we don't need permission and we won't ask for it. And we'll be back over and over and over again. We are unstoppable! Another world is possible! 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 We are